Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Hello, TGIF, everybody. A lot cooler today in the Northeast, isn't it? The Friday poll question at Smerconish.com. Should we reinstate the presidential fitness test in U.S. schools? Should we reinstate the presidential fitness test in U.S. schools? More on that in a moment. Thanks first to my friends at Play Gun Lake. Although it feels like fall in the Northeast today, I mean, it feels like an October day. It's still summer. The heat will come back. Enjoy the beach, enjoy the boat, enjoy the lake, the great outdoors, enjoy casino action and sports betting wherever you are all summer long in Michigan with the Play Gun Lake online casino and sportsbook app. Live betting is better. You can bet player performances, game props, and more, all the fun stuff. And here's the best part. Whether your team wins or not, there's always a way for you to win with Play Gun Lake, the only app that I ever use and recommend in the great state of Michigan. And also, check out these new games on the Play Gun Lake app. Huff and More Puff, Mega Fire Blaze, Dwarves and Goblins, The Flintstones, plus Money Horse, Blackjack, Baccarat, hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, Cleopatra. They've got all the good stuff. New users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back. If you're down in the first 24 hours, that's got to be wagered. For something different, try playing with a live dealer right on your phone. It's a lot of fun and exciting. Go to playgunlake.com, download the app right now, enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. You've got to be 21 and in Michigan for the Play Gun Lake app. You love to play, you play to win, you bet. Bet Play Gun Lake. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Huge voting yesterday on the Thursday poll question at Smerconish.com. Will Kamala Harris be the Democratic nominee in 2028? Well, there was no doubt in the minds of voters because it was a 94.53. Let's say 95-5. No, she will not be. No, she will not be. Now, she's got a book coming out very soon. It's called 107 Days. And she's going to be going on, at least the way I heard her answer Colbert's question, is that she's going to be going on a listening tour. I mean, it's like check. The only other thing is to give some big money speeches, and then it'll be Shazam. That's exactly what everybody does who's running for president. She hedged. I mean, I'm playing the audio today on the radio program. It was kind of a word salad of sorts when she was asked about her plans. Recently, I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back into the system. I think that it's broken. I've always believed that as fragile as our democracy is, our systems would be strong enough to defend the most fundamental principles. And I think right now, they're not as strong as they need to be. Well, that could be true, but what's the answer to the question in terms of whether you're running? I want to travel the country. I want to listen to the people. I want to talk to the people. Somebody who wants to go out and listen and talk to the people definitely intends to run. That is the way that I heard it. And that's the result yesterday from the vote at Smerconish.com. All right. I love today's poll question. I hope you won't, allow President Trump to poison the well in your thinking. Like he's for it, so I'm for it. He's against it, so I'm against it. Think independently. Should we reinstate the presidential fitness test in U.S. schools? For me, it's a trip down memory lane. And it brings to mind Mrs. Linsenmeyer, Mr. Askew, Mr. Lill, my elementary, Doyle Elementary, the Doyle Eagles, the S3 Eagles, Mr. Elwell's class in 6th grade, and Holly Kong Junior High School. The funny thing is that I'm not so sure about high school. If you ask me to name my high school gym teachers, I don't know if they'd be reflected on the report card. I remember Mr. Gold. I do remember Mr. Gold. But the funny thing is that the elementary and junior high years, at least for me, stand out more than high school. Maybe because gym class was like everything in elementary school. The only thing bigger than gym class in elementary school, another funny memory, pizza day. They used to come around in the morning and go room to room and ask, how many are eating the school lunch today? The platter. And I was always eating the platter. I loved our cafeteria food. Hold on. I'm trying to think of what was her name. Longfellow? I can picture her. My God, I can picture the lunchroom lady at the Doyle Elementary School. I wonder how old she was as I picture her. It'll come to me. Pizza Day was a huge deal. Pizza Day was a huge deal because on that day, not only would you be asked, I'm sorry if I'm taking a huge detour. I'll get back to the President's Council on Physical Fitness. But on Pizza Day, they would want to know how many slices. And if you were getting an extra slice, by the way, Chuck Hall, who's always watching on YouTube, Chuck, you can back me up on this. On Pizza Day, you would get a ticket for an extra slice. I remember the ticket. It was a white ticket with a red band at the top. Strange memories. Anyway, Mrs. Linsenmeyer. The thing I remember about Mrs. Linsenmeyer, the gym teacher, one word, posture. Like her whole deal was you need to have good posture. And if you'd be walking down the hall in the Doyle Elementary School and Mrs. Linsenmeyer were coming the other way, like you'd get your posture right aligned. I said that years ago when I was doing AM radio in Morning Drive, and I told the stories about Mrs. Linsenmeyer's gym class, and among the phone callers, Mrs. Linsenmeyer, older, obviously, and wanting to thank me for remembering her stressing of posture. Junior high school, Mr. Askew and Mr. Lill. Like this was the era of wearing a uniform. I remember the uniform. I wish I had that shirt now, but there were white shorts and then a white t-shirt. And there was like a little box in the middle of it. I think you were supposed to write a number of some kind in there, like Central Bucks, physical fitness is what it said. I always would strive for an O or an outstanding in junior high school gym class and often would get it. My grade for gym class, which was pass fail, but I wanted the O, was better than other subjects, in part because you were graded on whether you wore your uniform. Kids would always forget, and whether you showered. Like Mr. Askew, and he was no creeper. He was no creeper. This was just the way things were. Mr. Askew, I can picture him standing at sort of the exit of the shower at the Hollycomb Junior High School and checking off your name if you showered. And of course, a big part of this era was the President's Council on Physical Fitness and taking those tests, those rudimentary tests, chin-ups, pull-ups, 600-yard run, whatever the hell it all was. I think there was a softball throw involved. And there was like one metric against which, we would all be measured, which I guess was the beef in the Obama years, in that the thinking was that it should be individualized, Anyway, President Trump wants to go back to the President's Council on Physical Fitness. He had a press conference yesterday, a bunch of sports stars surrounding him. They released a statement yesterday as the United States prepares to celebrate the, oh my God, this is so hard, semi-quincentennial, I said it, Papadopoulos, anniversary. We must address the threat to the vitality and longevity of our country that is posed by America's declining health and physical fitness. For far too long, the physical and mental health of American people has been neglected. Rates of obesity, chronic disease, inactivity, poor nutrition are at crisis levels, particularly among our children. I agree with all of that. These trends weaken our economy, military readiness, academic performance, and national morale. Yes. President Eisenhower recognized this issue when he created the President's Council on Youth Fitness in response to reports on the poor state of youth fitness in America. As President-elect John F. Kennedy famously published an essay titled The Soft American. Ooh, I need to read that. The Soft American. Yeah, I got to pull that. During my first term, I renamed the council, yada, yada, yada. My administration has taken decisive action to reverse the health crisis. Now, with this order, I revitalize the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition as a cornerstone of our national health renewal. I like the emphasis. I like the emphasis on mental as long as we consider mental a part of this, and he used the words, I hope he means it, mental fitness as important as physical fitness. I say, having worked out already this morning, President Kennedy would carry the torch while reorganizing the council. Yeah, I already told you that. Okay, what does it really mean? Oh, so why the change? The Obama administration replaced the fitness test after the 2012-2013 school year with the Presidential Youth Fitness Program, which focused more on individual health than athletic prowess. The test was replaced with the Fitnessgram, which was largely similar. It entails assessing aerobic capacity through a 1-mile run or a pacer test, essentially sprints from one end of the gym to the other in a timed manner, muscular strength and endurance with push-ups and curl-ups, flexibility via sit-up and reach tests, body composition based on BMI, and power through a vertical jump. I read a lot of the comments that were appended to the Washington Post story. Here's one naysayer. The problem with this approach is it doesn't encourage healthy physical activity each individual is capable of achieving and might incorporate in their lives. It sets a mostly arbitrary bar. Less than half of all students can meet. The best way to improve fitness and health is with achievable wellness behaviors. People may continue to perform if they see the benefit and enjoy them. There were a lot of negative comments. And then somebody who actually liked it. Somebody said, strange, I was in school in the 50s and 60s and never heard of any such thing. We had gym, we played outside, we walked pretty much everywhere or rode a bike. Very much the same years later when my kids were in school. You want kids to become more active again? Get rid of the internet. But Trump won't go for that since, like the child that he is, he spends so much time on his own. All right, I guess that wasn't the one that was favorable to him. I was trying to balance it out. It's a Friday and it's August. I'm thinking about doing a segment on radio. We've had some really great segments this week, two that stand out in my mind. And I loved yesterday when we had this teenage Eric Schubert, this teenage internet DNA sleuth who solved a near 60-year-old murder in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, which is where my family is from. And then after the lengthy interview that I did with him, we went to the phones yesterday, and I said, tell me something you've learned in terms of a genetic test, Ancestry, MyHeritage. And those phone calls were amazing. Those phone calls were just absolutely amazing. And then the British author M.W. Craven was phenomenal as well. Phenomenal. He's using my name in one of his novels. That's not why he was a phenomenal guest. He was a Brit and a great talker and a smart guy with a quick wit. Anyway, I'm thinking today of doing a segment after I do some heavy lifting, talk about tariff policy and so forth. Tell me about your gym teacher. I just suspect, something tells me there will be great stories if I open it up that way. So anyway, don't be biased by President Trump being the initiator. Go vote on the Friday poll question and tell me what you think. Should we have like a one size fits all, make them do the tests and compare to everybody across the country, or a different approach? Me, I like the emphasis on fitness, and not because I'm holier than thou. I am always trying to get more mentally and physically healthier than I have been. So I like this conversation, and it's very mingle related too. It's very, because it's putting people together and having a common experience. So the Friday poll question: should we reinstate the presidential fitness test in U.S. schools? Cast your ballot on that right now at Smerconish.com. Watch me on YouTube as I explain each day's poll question, because I enjoy doing it, and I suspect that based on the numbers, many of you enjoy watching me do it. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. And set yourself up for notifications. Tomorrow, Saturday, 7:30, Every other day, Monday through Friday, I'm at 8 a.m. Eastern time, talking about the poll question of the day. The only day that I don't do it is Sunday. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on radio.